everybody, and welcome back to Ty Talks. I'm your host, Ty, and today I'm going to be talking to Cameron, aka Mainland Studios. How you doing tonight, Cam?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
You'll love to hear it. So, of course, since this is the tradition, I gotta say the way the show is going to work, because that's just, and I've dug myself into a hole since I've said it every episode. But so of course,
Yeah.
how the show is going to work is I'm going to ask a base 6 questions, and then go on to some personalized stuff.
Cool.
All right, sick. So, first question we got here is, what are you most known for, or what's your favorite thing to do in the Thomas fandom?
Well, I'm Mainland Studios. I'm mainly known for producing Trainz content, whether it's videos or models. I've got my YouTube channel, Mainland Studios, where I've got a series called The Tales of Thomas and His Friends, mainly based on the CGI series. I've done some season 2 kind of style videos. I did my own take on Percy's Promise if it was in a season 2 style. And yeah, and then my Trainz website, I mainly produce CGI content for that as well. But I kind of just collab on a lot of things, really.
Yeah, I mean, I really do like all of your season 2 stuff that you've been pumping out recently. It looks like the models, like they're pretty much spot on, I'd say.
Oh, there's I haven't shown them off a lot. I think I've only shown them off in Percy's Promise, but I've got this whole range of videos coming out, and you're going to see all the little inconsistencies with them.
Oh, I don't know. I think it works pretty well. Dare I say it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy with them because when I first started them, I was like, oh, I'll never do model series. I can't do it. It's too highly detailed, and everyone's just loving them so far. So I'm real surprised with myself.
I mean, it's a good variety, I'd say. It's like, going it between the CGI stuff and the model stuff,
Yeah.
I'd say. So hop on to question 2. What's the first like Thomas thing that you remember enjoying?
Um, I've got two very early. The earliest memories I've got is the first one watching Harvey to the Rescue on, I think, one of the first season 6 UK DVDs. I think it was either Happy Little Engines or Percy's Chocolate Crunch. And I just remember watching Harvey to the Rescue. Second one was being absolutely terrified of accidents will happen because I remember hiding behind the sofa when Gordon crashes into the station at the very end.
Oh, it's strange. Well, not really strange, but like whenever I saw that video, just kind of chilling on YouTube, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna avoid that with all costs. I'm gonna watch like the quote unquote remakes of it that the folks are doing, because like it's always like the surprised like front shots of the engines that freaked me out when I was a kid.
Oh, it was the close-ups for me. Like, I couldn't watch Tenders and Turntables because of that one close-up of James.
Oh,
Because that terrified me. And especially, what was it? Put Upon Percy. I couldn't watch that because they scared the hell out of me.
it's the same thing with like both surprisingly both Gordon episodes. Gordon takes a tumble and Better View for Gordon. Like both of those like freak me the hell out just from it's with the same face too. It's just
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
shocked face there. It's a good face though. It's a good
I
face.
mean, it shows how good it is. If it can scare a child just from being something normal, then you're doing something right or something incredibly wrong.
Exactly. I mean, it really depends on who you ask. Like if you're
Oh,
asking
yeah.
a outside Thomas fandom person, which I'm not gonna, I refuse to speak on that in the show. But like if you ask someone from out there, then like
Yeah.
Thomas Demon or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, Thomas Train, too scary. How can children watch this?
Dude, he starved to death. Oh my lord.
Oh my god.
That's. I'm never letting my small little boy observe trains again. No, 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 no,
I
no, no,
made
no.
I made a TikTok on that on one of my very small generic accounts because there was like generic BuzzFeed was like Henry the train was locked up in a tunnel, and I literally just had to react to it and just be like, he gets let out in the next episode. Don't give your viewers false information when you can literally just type it up and you'll find out straight away.
Yeah, that's the exact opposite of what they want though. They don't want you finding the truth.
Exactly, yeah.
I thinking about it actually. I want to be the official like Thomas Twitter representative for TikTok. Cause like,
God.
ugh,
Oh.
dude, it's terrible. Like
No, 'cause-
everybody that's on. I keep interrupting you. Go ahead. Oh my goodness.
No, I was gonna say like, because I don't know if you've seen it, but you know that little Toby animation I did, where it's like everything's gonna be all right, just keep your chin up. Someone re-uploaded that, and then they got like they had like 22,000 followers and like nearly 1 million likes on it, and they were like, "Oh my god, I remember this kid's show. It was great." And I'm sitting here with like 100 followers and like 2 likes, and I'm like, "But that's my video. Where's my recognition for it?"
Nowhere. It's just like it's Dunzo. I mean, that's this is completely unrelated. I'm realizing this. That's like the problem with TikTok. I mean, I love it to death. I like just before this, I was just scrolling through my For You page there. But like it's I don't know, it's just kind of recycled content, but with only
Yeah,
sometimes having like spins on it, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever. Now hopping on to question 3 here. What's your favorite overall Thomas thing? Like this could be a book, story, episode, anything.
Um, I've just like everyone else, I definitely got to say seasons 17 to 20. Like that was peak Thomas. I go back and watch them either in the background or when I'm working on something. I always draw near to season 19 for inspiration. Whenever I'm working on something CGI related, it's always season 19 to 20. But
Hmm.
but yeah, definitely kind of it's really the small things that I love about it. Like Edward's US voice when I'm recording lines or if I'm talking to other friends, I my voice sometimes draws toward Edward, just going, "Hello, my name is Edward," and I'm like, on Ryan. I love Ryan as a character. He's like my favorite. I don't care if people say he's just another Stanley. He is just the embodiment of pureness. So
And
that I
and
mean that's
really, yeah.
that's
Uh,
why I had two. That's why I had a Halloween special and a Christmas special about him because I just love him that much.
I mean, it works though. That's the thing. Like Ryan, like
Yeah.
I don't agree with the sentiment of Ryan being another Stanley. Like they're they're different characters entirely. And for one thing, Ryan was fleshed out more. For that,
Oh
but
yeah.
that's a whole nother topic, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of bouncing off of that. I do kind of wish that some of the, some of the background characters got more focus.
Mm.
Like especially like the hitter ones. Like the only one that like made it through was Whiff and Rosie, and even then,
Oh yeah.
they're not really. Well, Rosie, no, not even. I can't even say anymore because like, they're dead or something. They got shot. I
I,
don't
I
know.
I still find it crazy that they introduced like 4 or 5 new characters for season 12, and then we never saw them again.
Exactly. The only one we saw. Well, no, actually, no, not even. I was gonna say, the only one we saw was Stanley, but that was Great Discovery, so that doesn't count.
Yeah. No, I
So,
mean characters like Hank, Flora, Colin. They were only there for that one season, and we never saw them again. They had so much potential.
and their models were pretty stand out too. I'd say.
Yeah, like Hank was a beast, and they made 2 models out of him, and you're like, what? We're just never going to use him again.
I guess not. I still don't get that. I don't understand why they had to. I mean, I would guess one for the iMac and one for the CG face, but like even then, like they both had iMacs in that picture, so like, what's the
Yeah,
point? You know?
I generally think they had more planned with Hank, but then obviously they made the switch to CGI because again, they didn't change until CGI until they were doing Here of the Rails because that was planned to be a model series.
Hmm.
So they probably had a lot more planned with the 2 Hanks, but then they went to CGI, so they had to kind of scrap those ideas.
Yeah. I mean, like what are the chances you think that like rough model series cuts of Hero of the Rails exist somewhere?
I really hope so. I mean, they made the face mask for them, so even if there wasn't even like a fully finished model, I just hope that there is somewhere just test footage of either a generic scene, whether it's like the Thomas and Spencer chase or if it's just the opening, just something like that.
Hmm. I mean, I'm just like a model series hero. Like I've seen people tackle it, but like actually seeing it on screen, there would be, I guess, surreal. Like kind of off-putting, but still surreal since like oh,
Yeah, because that one Japanese user, I think it was like Steam CG or whatever, like made CGI renditions of the model series Thomas as well as a mock-up of Hero.
and like that, and that looked pretty banging. I'll say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now hopping on to question 4.
Oh
What is
yeah.
your dream Thomas prop that you would want to own?
I'd either say the Diesel 10 prop or one of the large scale pack members.
Mm. And no, like those are, like I, again, it's another situation like Hank. Like they never, like they used the pack stuff for the pack stuff, and then a little in Great Discovery, and then dead. They're gone.
Again, I really think with later seasons, kind of like between probably 10 and 12, they had a lot of plans for model series stuff, but then with the move to CGI and the takeover to from Hit to Mattel, it was kind of like they had to scrap a whole lot. Because again, I really think that the spin-off series Jack in the Pack could have actually been something more.
Uh-oh.
They probably had a lot more planned, but then all of that just got axed when they moved over.
Yeah, and we haven't like seen the whereabouts of those models since.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it would be both I think it would be both funny and heartbreaking to like look on Twitter say, "Oh, there's Kelly. He's in Drayton now." Well, cool.
No, yeah, no, they'd probably do something like that.
But and it wouldn't be like, wait, did they make smaller versions of the pack characters? I'm not sure if they did.
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know, but like,
No, I don't think so. I think they only made the large scale versions, and then they made the large scale Thomas and Percy to go with them.
I mean, I only say that because I like vaguely remembering Great Discovery. I thought that they had like just the Gauge one with the pack at one time, but to be fair, I haven't watched that movie in like I don't know 5+ years. So like,
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it in a while.
Like,
I think it just might have been
they.
I think they might have just photoshopped the Gauge One face onto the large scale, either inconsistency or whatever. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah, no, I can see that. I mean, it's just like Ned's eyes in the one shot. They look too big, and they're like looking to either side. I don't know. It's a whole thing.
The road characters had really weird IMAX.
Yeah, and I still have no idea how they control them. I'm assuming just like RC stuff, but like who's to know? You know?
I mean that confused me as well because I'm like they have the one controller for the IMAX so they can do up, down, left, and right, but then can you control like the crane arms with the same controller, or do they have to have like 3 different people controlling different aspects of it?
I mean, if that's the case, then like I can kind of understand why they would axe it since they would have so much manpower going into it.
Mm.
Cause like,
And again, jumping back to like Diesel 10, because Pinchy, one part goes up and down, one part opens and closes, and it's like, how many controllers do you need? Can you use the same controller? Like, I don't know.
and like how does it swivel? Like that's a very small space to fit servos into. Like I don't get how that works.
Mm.
Like that's like if I had me a little time machine, I could go on back and like just observe. Like I wouldn't want to take part in it because like, hey, what if I mess something up? But I would just like to watch. I just like to watch the whole process of, like an average episode being filmed. That'd be interesting.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Honestly, that'd be fantastic. Hopping on to question 5 here. What's your favorite piece of Thomas merchandise? This could be from like any of the ranges that was made.
Probably the Wooden Railway 2013 range. When they were going between Learning Curve and like I think it was like the generic Wooden Railway. Before they made the faces really small, I've been starting to collect them, and I've only got 1 through 6. And I find it fun collecting them because I want to get them in good condition, but then since they're that old, most of them are discontinued. And then if they're online, then they go for like stupid prices. So
Oh yeah.
it's a fun adventure. But no, I absolutely love the range. If you couldn't tell, I'm very into CGI. So
Yeah, man. It
my,
makes sense.
my
Makes
main
sense.
my main collection is all based on CGI.
And all I can say is good luck getting Duck. I mean, I as a
I've got Duck.
Oh wait, you do? Oh, never mind then.
No, the funny thing is I've got Dustin, I've got Logan, I've bought a Sam. I'm waiting for it to be shipped. I can't find an Arsdale Burt. No matter where I look, no one has an Arsdale Burt fully complete in good condition. It's either beaten up, missing the tender, or it's just not usable.
Yeah, honestly, like Bert was the one that surprised me when it came out. Like, I can get Mike, and people recognize Mike. He was there.
Mm.
But Bert, I mean, I love that they made him. Like, I have him in my drawer over there. But like, I don't know. It's cool that they made him. I think.
I remember when the fandom went to war when we got the prototypes for Mike for Mike, Rex, and Bert and Take and Play where they had the silver boilers. Because everyone was like, oh, are they going to appear in CGI like that?
Yeah, no, I don't. And, like, obviously they weren't going to do that. I mean, like, at the time, Brenner at the helm, he would have, like... well, actually, no. I don't know. I know what... If Brenner had any role in, seeing what it would look like, but,
Yeah.
That was a dumb point, thinking about it. It's whatever. It's whatever. It's whatever. Now, hopping on to the last base question. What are some outside of Thomas things that you're into?
um, Crazily enough, I don't really have a life outside of Thomas. I mean, I like Marvel. I've been watching the new Disney Plus series.
Hmm.
Uh, I play a bit of Minecraft. I play Sea of Thieves. I got that recently. That's hilarious to play. Um, yeah, I don't really watch many like shows outside of Thomas, and I don't really do much. It's either here working on models, or going to work, or just talking to friends online and watching Marvel stuff. Really.
Yeah. That's I can get that. That's chilling sometimes.
Yeah.
Like having the thing to go back to.
Hmm.
Now we're hopping on to some to the personalized questions here. So how did you get into modeling?
Years and years ago, a little thing called SI3D was formed, and just growing up, probably some of my fondest memories of it was when they released a new model. Obviously, I had to be at school. I think I was like probably I think it was like 10 or 11 when they were releasing like the early stuff. So I had to give my big bulky PC to my dad, and he'd take it to work and download the models and fix the dependencies for me. And then I kept thinking to myself, it's like, why would I get my own dad to do that and spend his time on it when I could create it myself? So I downloaded Google SketchUp, probably one of the dodgiest pieces of software I've used. And I started off by making tugs models. Strangely, I
Oh,
found a free hull online. It wasn't even accurate to the prop, but it was just a hull. And I think it's still on my DVR. I might be able to send you pictures, but I think the first model I made was either Big Mac or Warrior, and it was very generic. It was just a box with a box on top of each other. And then after that, I made Stepney, and
oh yeah, I've seen the Stepney picture. Classic.
yeah, very very disproportionate. Nothing used at all. I just winged it. And yeah, so it was mainly just seeing all the stuff people were making and thinking, I'd love to do that. I'd love to have my own Trainz site and creating content. And then in recent years, I've realized how much a mistake that was because the Trainz community is so broken. I love it to bits, but it's like,
Mm,
people will attack you if you don't release something. If you do release something, then people criticize you endlessly for it. But
yeah.
it's a passion that I wanted to do when I was very young, and it's something that I've been developing for the past probably 7 years now.
Oh damn. Like yeah, no, I'm kind of a newcomer to trains, right? Like I have it on the computer, just to mess around with it. I don't plan to make content at all. But like seeing like both your stuff and just like people, in the train side of the fandom in general, like it's really inspiring to like say, hey,
Mm.
these folks, they have something that they want to make, and then give them like a few weeks and months, and bada bing, there it is. It's
Yeah.
like that's fantastic to see sometimes.
Well, the craziest thing is that I constantly get comments saying, "Oh, I wish I could model like you. Oh, you're so good." And I'm just like, it's basic shapes. You just need boxes, cylinders, cubes, whatever, and it's just how you put it together. Because
Yeah.
any kind of like the film, my favorite film, Ratatouille, brilliant piece of work. Anyone can model. Yeah, it's taken me 4 years, 7 years to get where I am now. I used probably SketchUp for the first 3 years, and I've been using Blender since 2017. Just look up tutorials, just learn it, and you can get as good as me one day without trying to sound egotistical. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's fairly simple. It's not that hard.
I mean, like if you have the passion for it, then just like go for it. Like one day you'll be banging out some sick nasty models.
Yeah.
That's what people come to Tie Talks for the inspiration.
For the inspiration, I'm such an inspiration. Me, top train user, Mainland Studios.
Dude, you get a top train in the bio. You'll love to see
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You when you start off modeling, you'll never get the result you want. I've probably reworked my CGI Thomas at least 7 times now.
Hmm.
So you'll never get the result you want the first time round. It will take a lot of trial and error. But with each error that you make, you learn something from it.
Right. It's great. Now hopping on to the second question here. I don't this might be tricky. I don't know. We'll see. So what is your favorite and least favorite model that you've made? So like in the 4 to 7 years here.
Ooh. Um. Uh. That is a tricky one because I've made a whole bunch. I'd probably have to say my favorite is probably my CGI Henry because I again like growing up I wasn't a big Henry supporter. I was like, he's cool and all, but it's not a character that I would constantly be like, oh, this is my favorite character ever. I want to use him in everything. But I just really love the CGI design of him, and because in season 19, his texturing was all over the place. While everyone had metallic side rods, Henry's was just plain grey. And then his boiler went through a different bunch of texture changes. Like I think if you watch season 16 between season 16 and season 18, his boiler texture changes from more of a dark green to more of a lighter green. And I think I was able to replicate that fairly early on. Because again, Thomas took 7 tries to do, and then Henry took me about 3 or 4.
Huh. No, I haven't.
And then, hmm?
No, I was just gonna say I haven't really noticed that about the Henry model. I mean, it's probably because I haven't paid too much attention to the CGI era. Like, well, it's not as much as other folks, of course. But like, I just
Yeah,
haven't noticed it that much at all. I'm actually gonna peep that out while you're going on here, real quick.
yeah, no, because the models were made in season 13, and then none of them got a real massive upgrade until 22. But then when they changed the lighting in season 19, they updated the textures, so that's why they have more shine and not as dull.
Yeah.
Uh, but to answer the next one, least favorite, I probably have to say my old Nia because recently it's kind of been hot topic in a lot of Trainz servers because since Big World, I made that before Big World came out, so it's very disproportionate and very inaccurate. Like there's a lot of things missing,
Mm.
and since it's come out, Nia's become a bit more popular, so everyone has been pining for a Trainz model. And mine was released on the Railway Works before it got taken down, and now everyone's looking for it, and everyone's like, "Oh, who's got this Nia? Oh, I'll pay top dollar on the black market for it." But I hate it to bits, and everyone keeps saying, "Oh yeah, make a new one, make a new one." It's like, well, that's what the people want, but it's like I don't like Nia as a character. But my old one just pops up in videos all the time. I'm like, I really wish I didn't release that. I really wish I reworked it.
Yeah. I mean that like it's such a sought after character, I guess. I mean that's the best way you can really put it. Like if you're not really like into the character, and so many people want a new model of it, like
Mm.
I get it. It's not something that you really wanna do if it doesn't make you no doesn't give you a smile. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, like
That's the
yeah,
best way to put it, I guess.
yeah. No, because in recent years, before I was seeing it as, oh yeah, I'm doing this people a service. I'm helping them out. I'm making content that they want to use and what they want to put in their videos. To nowadays, where it's like, it's not so much I'm making it for them. I'm just nice enough to release it. So
Yeah.
someone recently was like being really rude with me, and they were like, "You should definitely make Gordon's tow cable PBR." And I was like, "Okay, that's a cool idea." And they're like, "So when are you gonna make it?" And it's like, well, I
Oh.
don't need it. I essentially I don't need it. So if I don't need it, I'm not gonna make it. And they're like, but so many people need it. And I was like, well, I'm sorry you're saying that, but it's like I'm not gonna make it if I don't need it. So you should probably go ask someone else for it.
And also like that's not really true though, because like it appeared twice and then never again.
Yeah,
Like you can only use it in those two things, and that just doesn't make sense. Like
yeah. And you can only use it in like derailed situations when you're pulling an engine back on. But even so, you can use Rocky or whatever.
yeah, exactly. Just like and speaking of which, Rocky on the Trainz website there, I just remembered that's a plug. Yes. I don't know.
You're my first plug. Let's go.
Let's go. Yes. It works like a charm.
We
Like
love to see it.
you truly do. Like I
Yeah.
lost the notes. I found it. We're good. Now, this might be redundant. I don't know. We'll see. So, if you weren't doing Thomas modeling, what would you be doing? Like this, like
Hmm.
okay, kind of reworking the question, like retrospectively. Um, like if you were doing another, like form of Thomas stuff, I guess.
Oh, so if I weren't doing trains modeling,
Yeah.
uh, I would. I'd probably be doing either Backman or Wooden Railway.
Like I saw, I do remember a little bit ago. You had some Bachman stuff going, and they looked pretty decent. I think I'd say.
Yeah, the silly thing was that I tried to build that collection up back in, I think it was like 2018, 2019, and I think the only last remaining video I made was a ladder of Thomas Goes Fishing,
Ah.
and my goal was pretty much copying Brendan Reese 10, don't tell him that, but it was making CGI versions in Bachman form. But I don't know if you remember, but I think it was December 2020. We had a big hurricane wipe through my area, and it destroyed a bit of my shed. So a lot of my small collection got ruined. So I had to kind of abandon that project.
You hate to see
Yeah.
it.
But no, while I was also developing the Batman stuff, I was also developing my modeling skills. So I was more, instead of being outside in the shed working on HO modeling, I was more or less in my room doing the 3D modeling. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think it's still around. I can't remember, but I made a fake account called Six Blue Wheels, and because from my experience of hearing about it, I've heard that the wooden railway community is pretty much the Badlands. If you go in there, you're going into warfare.
Yeah.
So I made an account called Six Blue Wheels. I'm like, hi, I'm new to the community. Here's my wooden railway video. I hope you enjoy it. And immediately everyone was like, that's just Mainland. I recognize that background. He's not fooling anyone.
Oh, I
was
think
like,
I just found it.
I was like, yep, I've been found out. I think I only made 2 videos. I think it was like a teaser and a Magic Railroad opening.
Yep, yeah, it is. I just found it.
Yeah, if you compare that video with Thomas Goes Fishing, you'll see it's the same backdrop.
You weren't fooling a single soul. Oh my goodness.
I think I fooled Annie C because she was like, "Welcome to the community." I was like, "Oh my god, Annie, I can't do this. I'm sorry, it's me."
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, those are the personalized here. Now, kind of stringing it back for the outro. Do you have any teasers for any projects that you're working on here?
Ooh, I've got a lot.
Let's go.
I'm currently working on what I like to call the 8 Famous Engines VHS. So continuing on from Series 2 Percy's Promise, I've adapted the 8 Famous Engines book as if it was done in Season 2. So that's redoing Percy Takes the Plunge, did Gordon Goes Foreign, double header in a Season 2 style, and the Fat Controller's Engines in a Season 2 style. And I'm just waiting on music for that, and then that will be out very shortly. Working on the Magic Railroad adaptation, which you're happily taking part in.
This is true.
Yeah, I've got to show you what I've got after this. But
yes.
Working on that. Waiting on some lines from people. But that's running smoothly. I'm hoping to get that out for about April or May.
Ooh, that's good.
Working on episode 7 of my series Tales of Thomas's Friends, Terrence and Trevor. Halfway through that, working on a few more models for that. Fully animated project, Thomas and the Were Engine. You saw a teaser about that. That's going to be full CGI animation in Blender. So all the Blender tests I'm doing is tests for that, really.
Okay,
and
that's going to be sick.
Yeah, and then I got a Railway Series project going on. Can't give out too much info on that, but that will probably be out in the summer as well.
You I keep saying it, but you do love to see it. You truly do.
We do. I hope everyone loves to see it.
Exactly. Not just the two of us right here, right now. It has to be. Yeah. It should be a good majority of people.
Hope so. Really hope so.
And as always, all the links to Cam stuff, Twitter, YouTube, and I keep forgetting the modeling website.
Crazy name. The Marvellous Mainland Modelworks.
Exactly, and Marvellous Mainland Modelworks. It's all gonna be down in the description down below. And
the most egotistical name I've come up with, calling myself Marvellous. But yeah, it's there.
It will be there if you if you look right now. Actually, look and scroll down on your tablet or some shit.
At least
right there.
At least it isn't Sodor Location 3D.
Oh,
because every site these days is just something's related to Sodor 3D.
Yeah, no, there has to be a couple more things. I'll say it. So yeah. That has been Ty Talks. As always, I'm your host Ty, with Mainland Studios, and I'll be seeing you all later. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.